I had read the book, and I was kind of carrying it around. And one day I was working at my computer, and I stopped, and I pushed back in my office at my house. And I got my computer, and I got my desk, and I've got some tax files laying around. I got my book where I'm reading up tax code. And I look, and I go, this thing is totally on scale. What am I doing in my life? Where in my life have I built little cubby holes to explore and imagine and hunt for the black ones? And so what I did is I began to tighten up my life on the routine area. I began to tighten it up. In other words, I restricted it to a certain number of hours a week. This is practically how I did it. And I turned and forced open little slots in my life where I would just sit in it and just sit. Boring. I was just sitting there waiting for God to talk to me. But I, on purpose, built little hunts for the black swans. This is amazing, what I'm about to tell you. One night, I was in a dream. I was out cold. It was about 2 a.m, and I have one of those dreams that are so real, they just wake you up. You wake up sweating, and you're just disturbed. You know what I mean? This is really practical. I'm sitting in my dream. I see myself sitting in my office at Bethel. I had been at Bethel at that point probably 10 years. I've been there about 13 now. So it must have been longer ago. I've been at Bethel about 5 years. And Bethel is a busy place. Anybody have any idea that may be true? Yeah. You know, men don't multitask very well. But at Bethel Church you have to or you drown. So I've learned this new skill. It's like I grew this new arm out the side of me. It's my multitask arm. I can sit at my desk and I can talk on the phone and type at the same time. Now for a man, multitasking is nearly fatal, but I've managed to overcome that. It's a miracle. Yeah. Well, in my dream, I see myself, there's 2 of us. Steve is sitting at the desk. He has a phone. It was under my arm, under my ear, on my shoulder like this, and I'm answering somebody's question. I'm typing on the computer, and somebody walks in the door and mouths me something, and I answer their question. Now this happens all the time, so this is not like abnormal. This is like, a little movie of what I do every day. But in my dream, there's another Steve, and I'm standing over here by the door, in fact, with Father God, and Father God's standing right by me, and we're watching the other Steve, Steve A, routine Steve, doing 3 things at one time, and doing it well. And in my dream, I was like, wow, why would God show me this? This is so cool. I'm here with Daddy. And that's going on, and I look at Father God and I smile like, that's good, huh? We're doing good. And he says, that's not from me. And I went, oh. And I woke up, just right out of bed. That's not from me. That's not good, right? I don't know much, but I know that's not good when Father God says that. So I'm all, This is like 2:30 in the morning. I get out of bed, and I cannot sleep, and I'm just, I feel like I've got a, ore shoved through my gut. It's like, oh. So I walk out to my office, and I sit on the floor, and I could make it sound all spiritual and spooky, but I don't know why I did this, but I don't think it was anything spiritual or spooky. For some reason, I reach up and I grab my Strong's Concordance, and I open it up, and I look up the phrase, evil one. Evil one. So Father God's saying, this is not for me, and I'm like, oh, well, we know who that would be from, don't we?